You know, men, not everyone talks about a problem with their libido. Yes, there is a result that makes male potency better. A lot of people say that. It is not just higher, but much higher. Just to young men who are 30, 35, it doesn't matter. But to those who are close to 50, it does matter. Andrei, hello? Hello, Alexander. How's your mood? How's your health? Everything is great with my health. I'm always in a good mood. Super. Are you ready to talk? Yes? We had some meetings and so on. I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. So, for those viewers who have not seen us yet and will watch the interview for the first time, I'll say a few words about Synthesit. So, Synthesit is a bioactive mineral. It has a beneficial effect on the whole body. It restores the basic functions of the body. The most important thing is that it can help people to increase the number of healthy stem cells. It has a thinning blood effect, boosts the immunity, and accordingly, it helps to get rid of complex diseases that traditional medicine often cannot handle alone with. So it gives bodies the strength to overcome all the health problems. The problems that bother or provide some kind of energy and vigor. So, Andrei, actually, you wrote us an email telling you were observing some interesting changes in your body, good and positive changes. I want to know how you learned about Synthesit, how long you've taken it, and if you are taking it now, what dosage, and what are the results, what happens to your body and soul. Well, I'm 49 years old. My name is Andrei. I've known about Synthesit for 4 years already, probably more, and I've known Vladislav Karabanov for about 15 years. I follow this project, and since May 30, I have been taking it. I had a 2-week break in September, probably, and I'm satisfied. I see. And since May, you have been taking Synthesit as 1 capsule per day? Yes, I had such time, I don't remember already. I also took 2 per day, and took 1 jar for 10 days and 2 capsules per day. But I didn't notice the difference. 1 is enough for me. For what purpose did you take it, and what did you want to achieve? I'm a railway worker. We have medical commissions like for astronauts. I'm already 49 years old, and I used to have a hard physical work since my younger days, so my knees, joints, pancreas trouble me, and a bunch of diseases that doctors say, you're going to take it with you to the coffin. We do not treat it, bear with it, etc. I started to take it, and I have big changes in my body. Well, I sent you pictures, and I am so satisfied. Over the last 2-3 years, my left shoulder used to grow numb. Straps pressed me heavily in winter. The first thing I noticed on the 3rd day already that maybe not my joints, but something else, and I really felt my shoulder. Immediately it was released. My joints started to work, and then on the day 20, I had broken menisci on both knees. There was a surgery planned, but I refused to do it. Because those people who were undertaking meniscus surgery, they said so. Don't do the surgery, this pain won't go away. And on the day 20, I felt the same pain that I had experienced at the beginning of my injury. The pain was kind of pleasant. Used to be general heavy joint pain. Now it's nice to scratch my knee. And then I reckoned this already experienced pain in my knees. And somewhere on day 30, my knees started to function. I don't feel them at all. And has it been going on since then? Are they recovered? Yes, I don't complain about them at all. Before there was such a pain that I had a habit of lifting my knees up. I don't know what kind of disease it was, blood flow related perhaps. It was standing somewhere. I was always lifting my leg up. I don't even do it now. Another change I noticed, I had a nail injury. I tore a nail. I had 3 stitches, and a year passed. The nail was shortened by 5 millimeters and grew a crooked way. I was focused more on my joints. I was interested in my shoulder and my knees, and the fungus of the nail with which I struggled periodically. And the first thing I noticed was that I had my finger skin peeling off. Here, on my finger, I had a bump, like a skin lesion, right here, so it all started to peel off. Maybe the body itself would get rid of it, but I think that Syntezit helped. I had sent you these pictures. Yes, I'll attach you pictures, of course. And it surprised me. I noticed my nail on the other side of the stitch started to change. Now it's all normal. I am pleased. And then I noticed my feet were on fire, and I went to work for 3 days, and they were like on fire. When I was away on business, I noticed when I came home tired. I took my socks off, and I got my skin all over peeled off in a circle. And then I looked at my nail. So I saw over the comments, by the way, and someone's trying to treat fungus with Syntezit, and I've had it gone away in 4 months. Well, background story, I was trying to treat the fungus. I applied Exidarial on my affected nail. I treated it for 2 months. It seemed to disappear painless, and then all over again. So I just gave up. I didn't have the fungus that strong, just a white stripe. Maybe I killed it, scratched my nail, and dripped Exidarial in there. It got black and then fell off. I showed the photo to my sister. She is a medic. She was frightened. She said, I'm afraid of Syntezit. It's something like that. And the nail fungus takes a long time to be treated. When she saw the photos, she said, no more. And my nail grew back. I also noticed that my papillomas began to fall away. In November, I had a little one here, and it is no longer here. Actually, for 3 or 4 days, I felt it. Now, there is none of it. So, what else? I can tell you that. I've been taking Syntezit since May, and I'm taking periodically either omeprazole or pancreatine, aspirin, paracetamol. So, roughly speaking, I was driving to work, and I had a first aid kit packed. Just in my 49 years, I was like a pensioner. Had it sometimes at home. Now I'm going to throw it all away. I haven't taken any pills since May. Many changes, I say. I don't have enough fingers to count them all. I've started to fall asleep immediately. A click away, a minute, and I'm asleep. I used to play the movie I used to play the movie on before I went to sleep, and now I just remember only the name of a film. Yes. Then you just fall asleep. I first bought 2 jars, felt the effect, ordered 9 more jars, gave 3 to relatives. And then I have taken all. I ran out of it in September. I had a 2-week break. And why did I start taking it? Well, I buried my parents a year ago. It was rough. I couldn't sleep. And the most important thing, I have a smoker's cough. I can tell this for smokers. Yes, go ahead. I undertook a spirogram, and they say lungs disorder. I have a little shortness of breath, but it doesn't bother me. And when I started taking Syntazid, sputum was excessive. ACC didn't work on me. Biofat didn't give any effect. Nothing I was taking. It used to work at my 30s and after my 40s. It was like talking to the wall. But after Syntazid, I have it as white blood cells. So, when I was on a 2-week break, finally, the lungs began to breathe. Just like the accordion played. I ordered 4 jars more, and I take the first capsule, and sputum and phlegm are coming out of my lungs again. The most important thing I want to say is that I almost suffocated at night. I even started taking it in the evening. And the most important thing I noticed, I take during the day. I have a cough during the day. I spit it out all the time. I woke up 2 or 3 times at night to get this juice out. I woke up 3 days ago. I had bitterness in my mouth. I couldn't spit it out. Neither inhale nor exhale. I was scared. Now I take it only in the morning.
Я испугался и сейчас начал пить только с утра.
Понятно. Ну, ночью вы лежите, и мокрота отходит, получается. At night, you just lie, and the phlegm comes out better, as it turns out. Yes, I understand that I need to move through energy, so that it's all faster through physical labor, exert effort, and when you lie there, you don't move. I remember this effect. I was in hospital 10 years ago, and there was a man there, a patient. So for 5 years, he didn't smoke. He gave it up. Either they gave him an injection, and he had the same effect. He says he hasn't smoked for 5 years. He still suffered. I think I had the same therapeutic effect. Well, maybe. Do you still smoke or give up smoking? I shifted to IQOS. I mean, when you use Syntazid, 2 or 3 capsules, you have such a cough, so you can't smoke cigarettes. Right, I understand. Blood thinning is happening. Even sometimes I can smell my lungs when I wake up in the morning. My friend's dad started taking it, and I already asked what changes, and he's running around. He became a sparky and very active. Well, I asked him, did you take 5 jars? And he says, I want 4
Я говорю,
more.
вот у меня есть интервью, буду
And
давать.
why do you need it? I'm going to give an interview. What can I say? And he says, I divorced my wife. A psychological breakdown. And the man doesn't always talk about disorders with his potency. And I felt it. I'm calling him now, and he's out for a walk. But I know what kind of walk. He's 52 years old. Yes, there is such result that potency is getting better. A lot of people are talking about it. I mean, it is not just higher, it is rather higher. Just young men who are 30, 35, it doesn't matter to them, but who is closer to 50, it does matter to them a lot. Yes, I agree. The first thing you fail is vibration at once. And in the morning, I'm 39 years old, everything works properly. And I won't say, well, if you want to, you'll understand. Yes. So the railroad workers, especially the machinists, I highly recommend it. They have these problems, hard work, they need it. Okay, I hope they take this advice and make their right decision. I also want to say that I have somewhere seen the new year where the groin, an increase in the gland. The lymph node? Yes, I've had it for like 5 months. I waited with the doctor. And you know, when I started taking Syntazid, 3-4 months, it was blown away from me. It was periodically itching, and that's it. I often had cold sores. By the way, I'm treating it without any medication. Once I had a fever, 37.5, my temperature. I took 2 capsules of Syntazid. I got herpes here. I just squeezed it out a little bit, put some ethanol on, that's all. But I didn't take any pills, nothing. 37.5. I woke up this morning and I was healthy. Yes, I also forgot about cold sores due to Syntazid. I have not had it for a year. I have been taking it since last year, since October, and cold sores have disappeared. I just had a cold and it appeared again. By the way, I have a comment on my hair. Well, when I was a kid, my eyebrow hair was long. I kept pulling them out. Over time, I stopped. Everyone told me that there were changes in hair, but I didn't pay attention to it. Then I look at my long eyebrows and I start pulling them out. And I have a friend, a barber. He has been cutting my hair for 5 years. He cut my hair and then eyebrows without permission. I asked him, why didn't you do it for me before? And he said, didn't pay attention, but now they are shaggy. I was taking a bath and I saw that I had quite long hair on my legs. We're just waiting for something to grow here on my head. All right, Andrei, thank you so much for an interesting and detailed interview. Oh, by the way, you also recommended glucosamine chondroitin. It helped me too. When my joints problems were gone and I bowed my head, I felt like I was electrocuted in the neck, in the back, as you advised, and about 2 weeks later, the spine was perfect. Used to take pills all the time. I don't need them anymore. I'm like an active kid. And I can lift myself like this.
Она мне уже не нужна, я уже как пацан, жив. И еще я могу вот так вот взять за спину, мне кажется, могу себя поднять.
All right, great. For those of you who are watching us, I'll make a little note about glucosamine chondroitin. You said that you had problems with your spine and they continued for some time, even when you took Syntazid. The fact is that to restore cartilage tissue, certain substances are required which are also hard enough to obtain from food, especially if you don't eat properly. Here, chondroitin with glucosamine are a construction of cartilage materials themselves. So by combining Syntazid with these things, the effect can be achieved much faster. But also look, you said that 2 weeks passed and according to the scientific statistical evidence, glucosamine and chondroitin start to work after about a month of intake, so that is how much Syntazid accelerates these processes. Yes, that's 100%, I'm glad. Well, if there's anything to wish our viewers, so go ahead. Take it, use it, try to find your dosage, but I advise you not to self-medicate. Anyway, it has to be consulted with a doctor, and still, I think it should help a little bit the body. Don't rely on Syntazid only. Good nutrition, somewhere to keep your health. Here's as with the fungus, you need help, so it could go away. And so I have only positive emotions. Let them try and believe. The most important thing is that it will help.
Ну, у меня одни положительные эмоции. Пускай пробуют, верят, самое главное, что им поможет.
Just one more question. You are 49 years old now, and in your energy state, tone, how old do you feel yourself now? 30 years old. Great! Minus 19 years. I congratulate you. I run, I'm active, and the most important thing is that my joints are really flexible. Okay, thank you very much for such informative, detailed review. Wish you health and good luck. Goodbye.